to FIFA Save My Life. Yes, I'm back, and we've been doing Weekend League. Again, this is what today's show is all about, Weekend League. I have been soul searching. I have had, to say, a turbulent Weekend League and a turbulent time over the last week and weekend. So yeah, I thought I'd do a show on it for the first time ever. I think I finished Weekend League before 2-3 o'clock on a Monday morning. So again, this is a new. I have my Sunday evening free, which is lovely, and yeah, we'll see what happens. But I've got some goals going on down below in a minute, and all the rest of it to show you what happened in Weekend League as I talk you through. But first of all, obviously, we have Bundesliga. Bundesliga team of the season has hit, which is amazing. We have your Royces, your Sanchos, Werners, all those people to go out and get. Again, for me, it's actually quite liberating. Last week I got quite stressed. I really wanted a Premier League one. I didn't get anybody, didn't pack anything whatsoever when it came to the Premier League. I packed some Saudi people, but other than that, I didn't pack any Premier League. A bit disappointing, and even my player pick was horrendous. I got Madison, but it's quite liberating this week because whatever happens, happens. I don't have any German players. I don't have any Bundesliga players. So if I get someone great, amazing. If I don't worry about it. So this week's actually quite liberating, quite nice. And thus I was able to focus on the Weekend League. But let's not take that away. The Bundesliga look really good. There is some amazing players in there, guys. I'm not going to review them. They've been reviewed to death before. I am late to the party on that one. But guys, they're out there. Let us know below if you've got them. While I'm talking about below, make sure you hit that subscribe if this is the first time you've come here. Again, obviously, if you like the video, please like it. That would be nice. And comment down below. That's all I'm asking. Thank you very much. And remember, 50% of profits go to Mind the charity. So there you go. Also, what the hell are we going to do over the summer? I keep on thinking. Let's have a look. Guys, I know we love FIFA and I know we love football, or soccer as we like to call it, but obviously the summer months are coming up. We have no World Cup and no European Cup. So what are we going to do? I've started watching a bit of basketball, to be fair. I used to quite like it. I'm now watching basketball. I'm going to recommend you a channel on YouTube that I've been watching, and again, please support it. It's a small channel starting up. As you know, I like to support these channels, again, as a small YouTuber myself, and it's called Smart Highlights. Smart Highlights are all about basketball, guys. Again, it's the most comprehensive NBA highlights channel on YouTube. Watch all players, all game, all action. Again, guys, watch it, really enjoy it. I put the link down below, and make sure you subscribe to it. You support me, support them. Thank you very much. Yeah, I think that's what we're going to do over the summer. Swish, 3 points downtown. So there you go. So we got that. So back to Weekend League. Let's talk about Weekend League, people. I have had a journey, to say the least. Basically, started Friday. I watched a lot of videos and a lot of people said start on Friday, do 10 games on Friday, 10 games on Saturday and 10 games on Sunday. Spread it out. I've been doing an awful lot because I do football on Saturday normally. I've been doing an awful lot, and Friday I found all the best players played. I was cramming it all into a Sunday, so I thought, while I've got Friday, Saturday, Sundays, let's try it. So I tried it. Now, I'd also, and again, I'm going to put my hand up to this, made massive mistakes. I had listened to a lot of pro YouTubers, and again, watched a lot of pro YouTubers, and looked at the formations that they'd done and what they were recommended, and I thought I could do that. Now, I don't have the same team as them. I don't have half the same team as them. What the hell was I thinking? So, fast forward to Friday, playing team of the season. Awful. Absolutely awful. First 10 games, 1-3. Now, saying that awful, I should have won probably 6 or 7 of those games. Now, I lost by one goal. I was losing a lot more, again, obviously in the last minute. But looking at it, and I was really angry, and I was saying it was scripted. And again, here and now, I'm apologising to poor old the guys who watched my live stream on Friday, which hasn't gone up. I've taken it down because it was me ranting. It did me some good, to be fair, because I got some perspective from it. But poor old Thiago didn't know where to put himself, and I apologise to you, Thiago. Hopefully I'll make it up to you, but I did rant. I was angry. I was losing every game by the last minute goal. I was losing games by like 2 minutes overtime. Again, it was ridiculous, and they were not better teams or anything like that. Now, taking a step back, on Saturday morning, I sat there, and again, this is where the soul searching comes in. I sat back and went, right, what is it? And I spent ages just looking at my team. Now, I was enjoying the formation that I was playing. I was again playing 4-2-3-1. Or 2, something like that. So I was enjoying it. It was a really good formation. It felt good. I was enjoying it, and players seemed to fit into it. It was lovely. But it was just, I wasn't winning with it, and I wasn't doing well. Now, I think a lot of the time you're looking at stuff, and people have said, quite rightly so, previous FIFAs were very much run it into the box, hit the ball, and you could always score a goal. This FIFA, which I think is amazing in the fact that it is like this, and take the scripting out of it. I think it's amazing that the fact is that you can individually play on this game. Your style means certain players won't suit certain players. Now, again, you'll see below or around me or wherever I am, so you see around me that I'm scoring for funsies with Van Basten. Now, I've watched so many videos where they've slagged off Van Basten and said how bad he is, he's no good, he's too slow, he's not agile enough for this game and all the rest of it. Now, I've scored over 50 goals in probably 60 games. It's ridiculous. I love him. He suits me so much. And also I have Jamie Vardy, so I swap the two around. If I need someone super fast, I've got him and he will score. If I need to, and I can change my gameplay. So it is very much about personal players, how they fit into your team, how you feel about them, and how you can use them. And I had to sit and kind of really search myself, and basically the best time I ever had on this game was when I played 4-3-3 or 4-3-2-1. So it looks like 4-3-3. And I did the best. I was winning with a poor team. I had terrible players, but I was winning more games than losing. And so I sat there and went, right, can I put my player? Now, that meant I'm going to have to lose a couple of players who are going to sit on the bench who, aren't going to play every game or aren't going to play any games, like Ericsson, 93 rated Ericsson. It was better to stick him on the bench. And I found then changing it and having the Brazilians of Willian and Costa in my two midfielders with a holding midfielder, because they could run, they can dribble, they can score goals, where although Ericsson can score lots of goals, he can't dribble so much and he isn't so fast, so you don't get that burst of speed from midfield. That suits me. So I had to sacrifice players, and like I said, I kind of did change. Now, I also got Richarlison back in. I hadn't played Richarlison for ages. He wasn't even in my subs. He wasn't even in my reserves. He was, he was in storage. Now, I'm so glad I didn't get rid of him last week when I could have. Because he has saved my weekend league. The guy scored so many goals. Now, he's not the fastest or anything, but again, he suits me down to the ground. So again, it made a massive difference to my gameplay and me to be able to play with him again and set him up. Now, he scored lots of goals for me, as you see, but also at the same time he set up lots of goals. He he was just amazing. Him, Marnie on the left, him on the right, and in the middle I either had Vardy or I had Van Basten. I either started with Van Basten and saw how it went, or changed to Vardy, or vice versa, and I had Vardy starting because I went all out really fast. And if that didn't work, I put Van Basten there. Or if I was crossing and I wasn't able to score the goals because I was getting a lot of crosses in, and they had slow left back or right back, I could then change it and put Van Basten in, and Van Basten was then coming on and scoring 2 or 3 goals, and it was amazing. So this was what I had to do. I had to take a step back. I got rid of Sol Campbell because, again, I spent ages looking at the stats of my defenders of what I have, and I decided Sol Campbell wasn't good enough. Although he fits in, he wasn't good enough, and I put in end of era Bazagli, and he was a revolution. He stopped everything coming through. Again, I want to say thank you to Tom Gregors. Edison was amazing, and I put a basic on him because that's what you said to do, and he stopped everything, pretty much. Everything that was either easy or difficult or hard. It took a lot to get past him. So again, that changed an awful lot. And yeah, basically after 15 matches, that was where I'd done the 10 or 11 and had my fit. I then sat there after about, I think it was 14 matches actually. I sat and went, right, this isn't getting any better. I'm halfway through nearly. What do I do? I've won 3 games in 14 matches. What do I do? And like I said, I just had a moment of clarity, sat back and went, right, I really want to play Weekend League because it is the pinnacle. As I said in my rant, it's the best of the best, and it's something that you should aspire to do, and a lot of players do really well out of it, so why aren't I? And yeah, it just took me going backwards to go, right, what players do I need, what players could I have, and what are the best players for me to play with. Not the best players I like, not the best rated players, it's which players do I love playing with, and which players can I control the best in this game. And that's what I did. And as you can see around me, it's worked. Now, I'm not saying I ended up with an amazing score at the end of this. I ended up with 14 wins with 2 games spare. I lost 1 game after the 14 wins. I had 3 games left. Could have got to 17. I lost 1-0, and it was a really hard fought 1-0. And I felt I was only losing games that I deserved to lose. It was really hard, really thing. Instead of stupid games like in the first 14 games, it was genuinely I was losing. If I lost because they were better than me, or because it was just he scored 1 more goal than me and I couldn't get a goal back, and that was all there was to it. So again, I did the. And I basically went out and lost the last 2 on purpose to let someone else win, hopefully, and pay it back a bit. I wasn't going to get any further. So I could have got 15 or 16 wins, but in the end I got 14 wins because that's what I wanted to do. And yeah, I'm really pleased with the result that I got. Now, looking at the team, how did I do it? Like I said, I went back to basics and looked at the team that I had to play with, that I know are best for me, my style. Now, they might not be best for you, they might not be best for pros or anything like that, but it was just me, and it was a moment of clarity. And again, Thiago, massively thank you. It took you kind of saying, have a look at yourself, mate, don't rage and all the rest of it. We all love you, which was really nice, and all the rest of it. And I sat back and went, why aren't I doing very well? Why has it all gone wrong? And again, obviously on the back of a terrible week, my landlord told me I had to move out because he's selling the house. I tried videos like this and things crashed all over the place and I lost them, and it was just a horrendous week. My player picks were horrendous, didn't get anything in my packs, so again, there you go. But on the flip side, I had you guys who we sat and did Van Basten, which was amazing, and as you can see, he's been a big part of my weekend league, a massive part of my weekend league. So again, that makes me really happy. So again, I've got to be grateful for what I got, not for what I didn't get, and I feel far better about it now. So again, thank you guys for putting up with it. Thank you guys there, and I am back officially. So let's have a quick look at the team that I I basically ended up with, and I think this is definitely my formation for life. I don't think I'll change again, because it suits me down to the ground, and any players I get have to fit in. Now I went out and bought a player for 100 grand because I basically, Keane was not cutting it. He was not cutting it at all, so I had to go out and buy a player, and I kind of thought outside the box, and he won. He was brilliant. He was amazing. He was fantastic. So I've got Edison in goal with basic on him, and he's amazing, absolutely amazing. Again, obviously as usual, Alex Telles, and again brilliant. I kept David Luiz. He is so good at intercepting balls, and he's so athletic in defence, can't go wrong. The rock that is Bazagli, he has come in and he has changed my defence from being a little bit sluggish or that, and again, Sol Campbell is just a tank, and he is amazing, but he's so, I can see it now, he's so slow on the turn, and he's so slow to get in, and he also causes a lot of penalties. So again, obviously he's gone to the subs bench, and Bazagli's come in and he's been amazing, and he links up really good with Firenze, who is just one of the best players I've got, and I love him. He feels so good, and he defends so well, but he also goes forward really well when you want him to, which is amazing, and he can score goals as well. I then went back to basics in midfield. I got excuse me, I got Costa, who I love, and for those who've played me know that I can play with Costa, and I've scored amazing goals with Costa, to be fair. And I was like, why is he on the bench? Why am I just leaving him to the last 10 minutes? Why aren't I trying to find a way to start him? I've got 2 Italian players in there. Why can't I get him in the team? So I did, and I did that. Now, again, that pushed me to get Richarlison back in a minute, which I'll talk about. But I also then brought Willian in because he's high, he pushes really high, he also defends really well, and he's got a hell of a shot. And again, very similar to Costa, I can do the nice little dinky runs and get myself into space because you've only got 3 midfielders. You can use them as a winger really and push him out. Same with Costa. I went out and bought Koulibaly, not the defender, but I went and got the birthday. So I got a line of birthday boys in the midfield. So I've got Costa, I've got Willian, and I've got Koulibaly in there, and he is massive. He's 6'2". He is 99 strength job. He literally just repels everything, and I keep him back. I hold him back. Well, I let the other 2 roam forward. He just stays back and cuts out the line, and he just does that. He is such a tank. He joins the midfield, joins the defence, and just sews up the midfield, and I feel really safe with him in there, and he has been brilliant since I bought him. He is absolutely amazing. So that was a real, again, stroke of genius to go, right, okay, I don't think Keane's good enough anymore. I don't think he's cutting it. He's too slow. He's too, he's not strong enough. He gets knocked off the ball a lot. It's too small. So again, I brought in him, and again, obviously he's in the Italian league, so again he links up, but he also links up with Mane. So he links up with Mane, so again keeps it going. So I've got Mane, can't leave him out. He's amazing. He's scoring goals, fun. I then got obviously either, like I said, Van Basten or Vardy up front, and they're both very different players, and depending how I want to play, but I can play both, or I can swap them around. If I'm struggling to get Van Basten in the game, I put Vardy on and I just push the ball through and get behind. If I'm struggling to get Vardy in the game and he's not strong enough, or I'm getting lots of crosses and then obviously he's not scoring, I then put Van Basten on and swap it around. So it works perfectly, guys. It is amazing. And then the pièce de résistance of what I've got is Richarlison. Richarlison is amazing, guys. I forgot how good he was, how amazing OP he is. He scores with his head, scores with his feet, scores with his ass. I don't care what he scores with. He is amazing. And again, he's my lowest rated player at 86 in the team. And again, I've pushed up to a 191 now with Koulibaly coming in. But I wouldn't drop him. He is amazing. He is a superb. If I could get 96 rated Sterling, then yes, maybe I would. Or depending on what's going to come out in the Italian one, but Italian tots. But guys, he made a massive difference. He created space. He's not the fastest, but he's so good on the ball. He's so strong. He's so good at attacking because he's really like a striker. Gets in and scores lots of goals, but he also, takes defenders away as well. And him and Mane are very different. I can push the speed with Mane, and again push the skill with and then in the middle I've got a choice. That was me going back to basics. Again, guys, Weekend League, it should be about enjoying it. Again, I want to say sorry for having a bit of a fit on Friday. It's been a stressful time. I'm not dealing with it very well, but I am really glad I got you guys, and for you to push me back into common sense, and I ended up from what was a disastrous 14 games and 3 wins. 14 games and 3 wins, guys. That is awful. I'm halfway through and I got 3 wins, and then to come out with 14 with 2 spare games. Well, 3 spare games and then lost one, but 40. I could have ended up with 17 if I got lucky, but I'm more than happy with 14 this week, because that could have been a 6, a 7, maybe at the very best. The way I was going on Friday and on Saturday morning, the way I was going, it could have been 4 or 5 to be fair. By the time I finished. But to end up with 14, I am proud of myself, and I'm proud of the FIFA Save My Life community for helping me out. Whether you like it or not, or whether you know it or not, you gave me a kick up the ass. I want to say thank you very much. We will be back to doing live at 6 o'clock on various days. Again, as I reiterated, unfortunately, my landlord, not in a nasty way, but in a good way, has said that he's selling the house. He's a lovely guy, really amazing guy, and I've got somewhere else to live, which is nice, but he wants me to do him a favour and move out as soon as possible. So it means I will be moving, which means there might be disrupted FIFA Save My Lives. I will try to do it as much as possible. It might get a bit more sparse in the background where stuff's being taken out into the removal, and I'm sat here just sort of being wheeled out as I'm talking to you, but I will try my best to keep up with it, guys, and do it into the new place. I have actually talked to Sky. I have Aaron from Sky. Again, I don't know if he's got this far to watch, but again, he has become my latest subscriber. God bless him. He asked why I needed it so fast. Told him that I do this, and he did an amazing job on getting it switched over on the day of removal. So I shouldn't have any problems with internet connection when I get there, and it's just how fast I get it set up. So hopefully minimum disruption on FIFA Save My Life. But I am back. I have enjoyed the last 2 days Weekend League, but my head down and sorting this out, a bit like a giant SBC really, sorting out the puzzle and working out what was wrong. I'm back, guys. Thank you very much. Hopefully I can pass my appreciation on to you, and again, obviously, if you're having such problems as well, maybe I can help you as well. So there you go, guys. Thank you very much. Cheers for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to watch the basketball. It's a really good channel. Really enjoy it. And guys, thank you very much. Take care of yourself, and if you can't take care of yourself, that's right, find someone who can. Cheers. Bye bye.